Hello guys and welcome back. In today's video we are going to be looking at Kings and Men, and basically looking at what actually has happened to it over the past few weeks. Donkey Crew, which is the name of the developing team, actually put so much time into this game and have been working on it for years, and I'm very impressed with the overall product that they have come up with. I mean, it's got one of the best combat systems in my opinion. It's very different. They didn't try to copy Warband too much, and I just feel like it flows a lot better, feels a little bit more realistic than Warband, and I felt like I wasn't outclassed by everyone like I am in Mount & Blade, obviously because the game hasn't been out as long. Now, usually I try to focus on the positives of a game. However, I also feel like it's better to see constructive criticism from what I've seen in the community, as well as what's happened to me personally. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about, and probably the most important thing, was the Epic's release. But first of all, I'm going to go back to the 25th of August, when the early access was actually released. Now, in my opinion, they should have kept that beta going a lot longer. It was free, people could test it out, they could iron out all of the bugs that they were finding in the Conquest game modes and the dual servers, and that sort of thing. Extending this game mode would be a lot more beneficial for people who actually bought the game, and making them feel like they actually paid something that works, because when it was released, the amount of bugs that were there was just catastrophic, and I'm sure you've seen videos on it, but it was really bad. However, you cannot fault the developer team for actively getting rid of these bugs as soon as they were identified. When the game was launched, everything worked fairly well in terms of the combat, in terms of the team balancing, in terms of the maps working. There weren't too many glitches with the map or with player mechanics and things like that. Hitboxes were a bit rubbish, and obviously when people died they would freeze in midair and things like that, but they were ironed out very quickly. And the launch gameplay was really fun for not that long. It got very boring not too long after I played it for about 3 hours maybe, doing the same sort of things like on Duel and Conquest with not too much variation. However, at that point in time I was like, I don't need to worry, I can carry on playing this, getting my gear better, getting some more experience, and just generally preparing for the Epic, as they'd said it was coming out in 7 days. And then the day of the Epic's release came, and nothing happened. We tried to get onto the game, it didn't really work, nothing really worked, and we weren't really sure how it actually worked, or what to do in hindsight. Bear in mind, I got everybody pretty much from my clan, all the active members, and there was about 85 people in TeamSpeak getting ready to start in the Epic and have some good fun and a bit of change to what they'd been playing all week. And when we logged in, we could do nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, for a game that you log in and you can literally do nothing makes no sense to me. Now, I know the Epic is about longer periods of time and things like that. However, it's my opinion that gamers don't want to wait ages for things to happen. They maybe want to wait a day and then wait for another battle the next day, or do a battle every day and something like that, but it just didn't seem like that was how it's going to work. And then the next day, the Epic was shut down. It was gone. At this point, I was like, but I'm not going to go back and playing Conquest and Duel for the rest of the week, or however long they're going to take to release the Epic again. Because sure, it's fun, but after an hour of playing it, it doesn't get too fun. I can't even get all the members in my clan on one server. I can't really do much in general. So even though the game was good, and it worked really well, the Epic, which they built up so much hype about, was really not that good at all. Now, this is when we're going to get a little bit more positive, and talk about what could have happened, and what they could have done to improve. So first of all, I reckon they should have released the Epic along with every other game mode, releasing it at the launch of Early Access, instead of releasing it 7 days into Early Access. And in order to do this, I believe they should have extended the game's release to September the 25th, a month later, just so they could iron out all of the bugs and just make the Epic work, test it a little bit, maybe do a little bit of an open beta which was free and people could log on and play, instead of releasing the Epic 7 days into Early Access's launch. Now, over the past few days, I've been playing around with the Epic, seeing how it works, and I'm starting to get used to the mechanics, and it looks pretty good, and how the troops will move, and how castles will be built, and how we'll recruit peasants is becoming a lot more clear. I expect you will know what I'm talking about if you've actually logged onto the Epic map and started playing it. They have got a test kind of map thing where you can try out some of the mechanics and get used to them, preparing yourself for when the Epic is finally released. And when it is released, I just really hope that will be able to, have battles and make sure all my clan are on the same team, fighting other clans, just having fun, really. I mean, that's what games are about, having fun. I don't want to wait days and days for battles to happen. I don't want to wait weeks for another battle to happen. Playing the game is what I want to do, not look at an overview map for 4 days of the week. Now, I know the game is going to be developed a lot more. Now, we've seen from the developers' track record, they carry on updating things, they carry on improving things without fault. And I believe they will do it. However, I just didn't believe they needed to do it in the time frame that they kind of set themselves. Everybody has deadlines, but they could have extended them to make the game better, and I don't really think that people would have minded waiting a little bit longer. Please be reminded, this is more constructive criticism. I am a massive fan of the game, and I cannot wait to see it in its final state. I can't wait to see when the Epic is released, how it's going to pan out, how they've changed it, and overall, it is an amazing, exciting breath of fresh air to the medieval game community. However, the competitors out there are huge. I mean, you've got Kingdom Come Deliverance, you've got Mountain Blade Bannerlord, and it's only going to make their job more difficult. When I saw the game, the 100 players versus 100 player battles were advertised consistently, and that's why I really wanted to buy the game, and that's why I really wanted to play it. I didn't realize how rare these are going to be, and how long it takes to actually start these battles. When the new Epic Game Mode is released, I cannot wait to see how they've changed it, and maybe we'll be able to have these battles a lot quicker, and just have more fun than looking at an overview map, and I'm sure you will try and understand where I'm coming from here. I respect the other opinion, where people like it a little bit more slowed down. Two people's armies meet on the overview map, and then it will trigger a battle that will happen when the game says it will happen, which I suppose could be the next day, it could be in 3 hours. I'm not really 100% sure on how that works. In my opinion, I'd like to see a battle instantly happening when two armies meet each other, especially if they are from enemy factions. Now, enough about the Epic, and we're going to get even more positive, and we're going to talk about what the game developers have been doing to improve the game and what they're actually developing next. So first of all, we have a man called Igor who's actually been developing the basic administration tools and vote polls, which should begin testing early this week, and I presume that will mean voting to ban players that are trolling and constantly team hitting and things like that. Chads has been working on the Epic, as we know, and I have so much respect for him. He must have such a high temperament to actually be working on it, as it looks like an absolutely daunting task, but for him to even set about to even create it is something absolutely stunning, and I have so much respect for Chads and his team. Logan has been working on the new polearm animations, as well as more visually noticeable hurt animations that is placed when a player is hit. Simke and Jacko have been improving environments and adding new weapons and armors to the game. Crom has been working on new sky domes that will work better with day and night cycles and level designs. He's also been working on new maps for Conquest and Skirmish, which we'll talk a little bit about in a second. Finally, Harold has been working on further optimization to the user interface, as well as general bug fixes such as stutters caused by chat messages. And last but not least, CMP and Sir have been focusing much of their time on putting out some of the fires, I presume, from the slightly angry community, but I'm sure that's something that can be addressed, and I know the games company will impress the community and just the whole medieval genre like no other game can, just because it's such a unique idea. Obviously, something that people have been looking forward to for a long time is actually being able to build your own castles, and it's definitely something that I can relate to. Now, I know they're intending to have this mechanic implemented in around 3 to 4 months now, but it will be a hugely exciting addition to the Epic, and everybody is looking forward to it, and it's one of the main things that attracted me to this game. I personally want to build a Winterfell-style castle with its different rings, so I can, retreat back as the enemy pushes forward, or maybe takes the outer ring, and then I can retreat to the second ring. I'm sure everybody's looking forward to it, as am I, but we can only await what the developers say. However, if we want to boost, the work rate on this, you gotta talk to the developers. You've gotta actively say what you want from them, because they're very community minded and they want the best for their community, and that's something that they pride themselves on, and I actually admire them for. I don't want to mention this at the end of the video, as it kind of goes out on a depressing note. However, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry to my clan, you know, it kind of didn't go as well as we expected. We'll still be playing of Kings and Men when the Epic comes out. I just know we won't have as many people as we did because we went inactive, as we basically couldn't really find anything to do, and everything just got a little bit repetitive. I also went really inactive just because of how much stuff I had to do in real life, and just it got absolutely overwhelming. I just didn't have time to do anything to do with the clan. However, I did rely on my leadership to take over, so to speak, and they did that very, very well. It's just, you know, the limiting factors of the game that kind of led to the clan's inactivity. However, we shall return, and we will also be taking in new recruits when the Epic is actually released and when we know what the fuck is actually going on. The last thing I want to talk about in this video is the skirmish game mode. Now, I'm very speculative about this. It looks amazing and it looks like something we can do to entertain ourselves while the Epic is, well, not there. I'm not really sure how it works, but it'd be nice to see you guys in the comments telling me what it actually is and, you know, just giving me a little bit of an update as I couldn't really find much on it. I can speculate and say that it will be a maybe team deathmatch, maybe something where you get 1 life per person and you can go on with like different teams and fight each other to the death, and then the round restarts when everybody's dead, sort of thing. I mean, it could be like that. I just simply don't know. Right, I think I'm going to wrap this video up now. Thank you so much for watching. It's been nice to talk about of Kings and Men and just basically what's happened over the past few weeks. Also, I'm back into the rhythm of my life. I've got work sorted, I've got school sorted, I've got all of my other stuff sorted, and I can kind of get back into a rhythm of uploading. Maybe, don't quote me on this, maybe once every 2 days, and I might even try do like one every day sometimes. That's not a promise. However, if you want more videos, I want you to tell me in the comments right now. I hope you are typing right now your suggestions of what videos you actually want me to upload. I have a lot of ideas, however, I'm not really sure what you guys want to see. So leave a comment of what videos you think might be relevant to this channel and what people might enjoy. And I will be sure to give you recognition if you come up with something absolutely amazing. Finally, guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are absolutely amazing. Everything over the past few weeks has been stunning. My channel is doing so well. I'd just like to also say that I've got some new channel art, so take a look at that. Tell me what you think in the comments. I kind of gave a little bit of a different approach, so it was something a little bit of a, you know, a fun project. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. You have to just end your life, mate.
I would do that, but I don't know how.
You're just going to stay as a water type.
Ah, do you do?
Here we meet a wild Bane.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he now understands how to get out, doesn't he? Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't know how to jump. Can you even jump?
Yeah. Like this.
Wait, show me again. Where are you?
On here. Like
Here,
this.
go. Oh, what amazing jumping.